How do I get my offer accepted in a really challenging market? That is a great question, and we're going to answer it today on the Red Hot Real Estate Minute. So there are really 5 key things that are going to be super helpful to do if you are going to be buying a property in a challenging market like the one we're in, where there's very little supply of homes and there's an abundance of buyers. You have to not only have all your T's crossed and your I's dotted, but you have to have all of your ducks in a row. So let's talk about the top 5 things you can do that are going to help you get your offer accepted. First of all, let's talk about finances. I know they can be a little bit taboo, but what I am about to say is very, very important. So, when it comes to your financial picture, you need to know exactly how much house you can afford. And the only way to do that is to get all of your financial paperwork together, submit it to your mortgage broker or your bank, and then have them give you a solid pre-approval. Without that information, you can't be shopping for houses. I'm just gonna come out and say it. If you are offering on properties and you do not have a pre-approval, you're wasting everyone's time. So please make sure that you have an understanding of what it is you can afford. Because just imagine that you go out and you find an amazing house and you offer on the property only to find out that your offer gets accepted, but then you can't buy it because you can't afford it. A, it's absolutely devastating, and B, you've just wasted all your time. So, most important, get that pre-approval done. The second way to strengthen your offer and get it accepted in this hot and challenging market, well, that would be to focus in on your deposit. So when I'm talking about the deposit, I'm not talking about your entire down payment. I'm talking about just the deposit that goes with the contract to show that you're serious and you got some skin in the game when it comes to buying the property. In Metro Vancouver, in general, we're looking at 5% of the purchase price. If you want to show a seller that you're really serious, you can increase that. You could increase it maybe to 7%, to 10%, whatever you feel is comfortable for you. That might show that you're more serious than any of the other buyers. Also, if you can have that deposit ready to go, so if you have it as a bank draft, that is amazing. If you can take that and submit it with your offer, that's just showing the sellers that you do have the money and you are very, very serious. So that's another place to focus in on if you want to get your offer accepted in a challenging market. All right, thirdly, let's talk about dates. That's right. As buyers, it's amazing if you can be flexible with the completion and the possession date, because sellers sometimes are working with some pretty strict dates on their end. And if you can just say, hey, Mr. Seller, don't worry, you can have the dates that you're looking for, your offer can definitely stand out. Other thing to consider in this market like this is maybe those sellers haven't purchased another property yet. And if that's the case, then you can go one step further and say, Mr. Seller, don't worry about it. We're not gonna make you close in a month. No. We're gonna give you till the end of August to find a place. And then if you find something sooner, we can definitely look at bringing the dates up. If you can do that for a seller who is in a predicament like that, your offer is definitely gonna stand out. A fourth way that you can strengthen your offer and give yourself a better chance at getting your offer accepted in a hot market is to look at doing your due diligence ahead of writing the contract. So what could that look like? It could be reviewing documentation in advance. It could be doing an inspection before offers are taken. And really this just serves to not only clean up the contract that you're going to submit to the seller, but also you get to learn about the property in advance of writing the offer, which actually helps you construct the best offer possible. So that's another great way to get your offer accepted, is to do that due diligence in advance. Finally, tip number 5. To get your offer accepted. And I know some people say it sounds a little bit cheesy, but really write the sellers a personal letter. Film a video if you like. but do something to create that connection. I promise you it works. I had a buyer this year who had their offer accepted because of the personal video that my clients made, and our offer was not the highest. And anecdotes like this are coming out all the time. There was I believe it was in Detroit, Michigan, somewhere like that. There was a seller who took $100,000 less for their property because they loved the buyer so much who had submitted a letter. And you know what? I know it sounds cheesy, but I promise you it does work. So that is tip number 5. Make sure you're doing that. Stand out above everybody else because it really does make a difference. All right, everybody, that has been our top 5 tips for getting your offer accepted in a challenging market. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'm definitely happy to help. And in truth, I may have a couple of other tips for getting your offer accepted that I didn't share today, but a girl's got to keep a few secrets, right? So if you do have any questions about the market, the buying process, please feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to help. All right, everyone. Thanks again for watching. And this has been your Red Hot Real Estate Minute. Take care. See you in the next video.